We got people coming in.
What up? What's going on? How are you? Happy Wheel Wednesday. Nice to see you.
Oh, all day Anthony's up in here.
What up, man? You still didn't call me back. Just figured I'd throw that out there. If you have any questions, this is a Q&A time. It's time to get into some questions. So let's go ahead and do it. Coming up today on today's podcast, you should tune in because it's a good one because I'm there. Rich and I were kind of talking, one of the things that's kind of happened to me, in my car search, as you most likely have heard in certain years or months prior to this, I'm kind of actively on the look for a bunch of different cars. And basically, as I was looking for Evo 5, Evo 6, by the way, if you have a lead, shout out, let me know. I'm just coming across a lot of Evo 8, Evo 9 cars. They're kind of beat to crap, and a lot of them are still fetching a pretty decent price, or at least they're trying to fetch a decent price. So one of the things that kind of dawned on me is I keep seeing these shells pop up between $6,000 and $9,000, and I'm like, well, maybe the only way to get a really clean, Evo 8 or 9 is by just getting a shell and building the whole thing all over again. So that's what today's podcast is about. Come hang out with us. Plus, you'll hear us rant a little bit about FD this past weekend and some other things. But questions, throw them in. Let's do them.
Yeah, I got some here.
Let's do it.
It's been a while since I'm on this side. It feels nice. I miss this side of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so a lot of Spec Miata legal wheels are ugly. When it comes to when will we get a Spec Miata legal wheel, 15.7, 13 pounds, minimum 25 offset?
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about that real quick. The first thing is not exactly 13 pounds, but I think just enough over it. KONIG Rewind. Now, let me preface that is not necessarily the ideal wheel, but here's the problem. When we make a 15-inch wheel in 400 and 7-inch wide, when we sell that wheel, people want that wheel to be light. And when you make a wheel 13 pounds, we have to go out of our way to increase the weight to be able to achieve that target. So really what you're talking about is the thing of only making a Spec Miata wheel for Spec Miata racers. And that's where it gets challenging, because it's like, we're just, we'd have to be able to sell enough wheels to be able to make a different mold, and then to make it heavy, we'd never really sell any to anybody else. It's funny. It's like I've had this conversation many, many times with, with the good folks over at Goodman Racing, and they bring up the same point, and I kind of know that there's probably, there's stuff there, but it's just got to be economical to do it, or else the wheel price could be very high.
Very high.
Very high.
Very high. Is 17 by 8 a good setup for 8th gen SI? Daily street, drive-in, little track?
Yeah. I mean, it is. The car can take a little bit bigger of a wheel, but the truth is, for racing, I think 17 inches. I think you're spot on with that. I think 17 inches is a good size. It's going to be
daily.
Yeah, it's going to be a good balance between getting a good sized tire on it still, so that you can get out there, get on the track, have good cushion on the street, but also not going to be too heavy. Still gives you a lot of options. I think it's a good size.
I need 18 by 9.5, 35 offset ultragrams in black, please.
Get the carbon bronze metallic. It is not as bronze as you think, and it is a really rich, nice
carbon.
Yeah, but it looks like, it has that reflective hyper property, right?
Yep.
Like it feels almost in the blackish chrome type of thing, but a little bit less reflective.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. You'll be happy, I think.
Blueberry says, "Hi guys. Formula Drift New Jersey was fun. Were you there?"
I was not there, but he was, right?
I was there.
Yeah, Rich was there.
Yeah.
Rich was out there representing.
What's the good option for an Acura RSX?
You do a lot of different things. You can do a 17.8, or in the higher offsets. If you want to do like around a 46 something.
If you're
43.
taking a look at that, one of the YouTubers, Miguel DSM, just picked up a new project car, and you
Put
can
ultragrams
see,
on it,
yeah,
right?
put ultragrams on it for his new RSX. Keep it on the DL. Videos coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, All Day Anthony also, I think he has some neoforms on the car, on his car, RSX. But I would say, if you're staying in that 8-inch realm, around a 43, that's kind of where you need to be.
Going through this. So what's the podcast today?
What are they asking? Oh, podcast today. We're talking. We're just kind of. It's me and Rich, and we're kind of BSing about one of the struggles that I've had with finding cars, and talking about an Evo. Is the only way to get a clean Evo at this point for a decent price that is a sorted car, just building it from scratch by buying a shell? That's kind of what we're talking about. Plus, we have a lot of banter. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun doing it. So.
The person talking about the spec wheels for the Miata, he said, I understand. It just stinks because your designs are so nice.
Damn, man. First off, that I feel you. I totally understand, and I appreciate that that you feel that way, and I thank you for shouting that out. But yeah, it's a tough thing. I mean, I would think if there was a way to know that we can get enough. I don't know why I feel like I gotta yawn every 4.5 seconds. If there was a way that we could figure out how to get enough wheels to be able to make the wheel affordable, we would do it. But I'm just concerned that it's not going to be enough, and then the wheels are going to be super expensive, and I don't want to do that. I never want to do that.
VTech Academy on YouTube saying what's up, guys.
What's up? How are you guys?
Yeah.
Brian and Aaron killing the game.
I need wheels that won't snap due to the fact that I go very, very fast.
What?
That's what someone said. He goes, I need wheels that won't snap due to the fact that I go very, very fast.
What kind of snapping do they do? When you go really fast, is it like a clapping thing, like an applause, like your wheels are like this, or? All right, look. So let's talk about this. Speed isn't necessarily a play for wheels, right? Like, it's not really a thing for wheels. If you're talking about you have a lot of harsh environment, curb checking on a racetrack, road hazards, high, impacts to the wheel, that's more or less where you should have to really think about what you're doing there. But for the most part, unless you have a car that's building a lot of horsepower, you're using a tall tire, you're using almost like a drag type of setup, and you feel like you may just absolutely put a ton of leverage with a really sticky tire and just kind of like chew the wheel up. That's the only thing I could think of. So if you have a further question, feel free.
2 words.
Here it goes.
Uh-oh. It was a long time coming. I'm going to try to hold this one in now.
Need oxygen in my brain, I think.
Two words.
2 words.
White ampliforms. And it's funny, I said that to Max earlier today.
Hey, 2 words. White hexaform.
True.
It's already there.
It's already there.
Just do that. I understand what you mean, though.
Would an 18 by 9.5 35 offset fit a 9th gen Civic Si? That was my old car. The rear's
all right. So
if you're low,
they're going to stick out. They're not going to stick out a lot. If you don't overtire the car, you can get away with it depending on what your suspension setup is. Yada yada yada. It is at the top end of all the wheel you can put on that car. But people do it, 9.5 out of 35, they do it, but there is that little bit of a poke factor. Go to our Instagram and check out the pictures of the new carbon bronze metallic ultragrams on one of our guys' cars here. He has a 11th gen Civic, right? 11th gen?
Yeah.
11th gen Civic. But the reason I say is kind of the fitment's going to be kind of similar to that. You can see it's aggressive. It's not undoable. It's, it's not sticking out, but it does have a little bit of protrusion, and it kind of is, it's full. I mean, it's full. So just, be careful if that's what you're going to do. Make sure you don't overtire it.
Invader Sin says, hope y'all having a wonderful Wheel Wednesday.
Damn, thank you. You too, man.
Yeah. This
Feel
guy,
like it.
DK Soup he says, "Hey guys, not a question, just saying thank you for the recent post, and I love your wheels. Keep making great products."
Man, thanks. It means a lot to us. It really does. I know it sounds so corny, right? But like the truth is, like it does. It means a lot to us when you guys come and say that. Like we work pretty hard, and I mean, sometimes we have fun doing it, and then Rich comes to my office and the fun goes away. But aside from that, we like doing this, but we like doing it for you, and it's nice knowing that the stuff is appreciated. So thank you.
This guy Matt says, "Scott, looking at getting back in the Subi gang. Take on SH Forester XT or Legacy GT wagon."
Is this Matt 15 something?
No.
Who is it?
Max Claroux?
I think that's him. I think
Matt,
he's got a new name. I think it's Matt.
Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow. If that's Matt, I believe that's you.
Matt Claroux.
So, all right. So what? He was looking for a Legacy GT
wagon, a Legacy GT wagon, or an SH Forester XT.
I don't know, man. It's like, I mean, I find them cool. I think if it's me, I go the Forester route. I think if you're going to be into that type of look, you might as well go for something that's got a little bit more boxiness to kind of. And I've seen a lot of them, do those STI parts and stuff on them, and I think they're pretty cool. Subaru stuff.
VTech Academy says, in reference to our podcast, he goes, "Evo talk? All right, I'm gonna head out." And then he goes,
"You know what? Whatever."
And then he goes, "Will we ever get the Ultragram in a race bronze? Aaron wants to replace his race bronze hypergrams for the FA5."
No, but we have a carbon bronze metallic that's more graphite than bronze, so you should get on that. I mean, look, no, not in that, but maybe heliogram. Can't speak anymore.
A lot of Civic questions today. Best wheel size for a 2023 Civic Si?
I think that depends. It really depends on your comfort level, right? Like I'm going to go to our Instagram and look for pictures of the Ultragram on the 11th gen
Civic.
Yeah, Civic. I mean, we have one here, and I feel like I wish we were closer. I would just grab the camera and go run down and show them. But like,
that's 18.5.
Yeah, the 18. No, it's an 18.5 out of 40.
Yep.
And it's like all the wheel in the car. It's B profile, so if you don't have any big brakes, it works perfectly. Such a good wheel. Ultragram in the carbon bronze metallic, 18 by 9.5, 40 offset at a B profile. Again, it's full. It does protrude a little bit, but the car that we have here is lowered. No camber setting, no camber adjustments or anything like that. It's full, it doesn't rub, it's still good. But again, make sure that you're comfortable with that. If not, easily you can go to, an 18 by 8.5 if you want at a 43 or even a 35 and kind of, not be out there.
Cube says, "Good morning, afternoon, Scott, everyone at KONIG. Hope everyone's having a great start to their day. Much love and respect."
What's up, Cube? It's nice to see you.
Yes.
Hope you and your family are doing well as well. Also.
This guy says, "Hey, I'm from Canada. Are the Ultragrams out yet? How come local stores don't have them yet?"
Ultragrams are out. I would say check with JRP because I believe that they brought some up. When you say local stores don't have them yet, I don't think, especially in Canada, I don't think it's that they don't have them yet. I just think that, up in Canada, unfortunately, it's one of those things where if they didn't come into the country, like if a distributor like JRP didn't stock them or whatever it may be, you got to kind of just place a special order and they'll get them up there for you. You know what I mean? But we have been shipping faster into Canada, so just something to think about. But I appreciate your support. And yes, Ultragrams are out. Super dope.
If you were going to do a drifting program yourself, what platform would you start with?
I think if I was going to do one for myself, I think probably an E46 being BMW, or maybe a 350Z. 350Z, like I have one, like I'm kind of used to it. It has a lot of the parts. To me, it's like almost like the replacement for the S chassis type thing. But the E46 is kind of the same way. So I hear, and I don't drift, so which I want to, but I don't drift right now. And just from talking to and having so many conversations with different drivers, and knowing guys like Travis Reeder, it seems like the E46 seems to be a much better in the steering geometry setup. So I think I think I'd probably be E46-ish.
I would love to see just a really weird car out there drifting. I really would.
Well, Danny George took care of that for many years.
Yeah?
He had,
I would love to see like a weird, like a Z3 or something, like just something odd.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. But
problem is it takes you forever to actually get those cars like
able to
competitive.
Function. Yeah, completely.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Best wheel product to clean KONIG wheels. I also have aluminum lug nuts.
Okay. I'm not sure what the aluminum lug nuts has anything to do with the equation.
He wants to clean them.
Oh, well,
I think. I don't know.
Look, as far as wheel cleaning goes, we're in a complicated situation here because I understand that there's different products that exist in the market. YouTube channels like The Rag Company are great places to go to be able to get that information. Our standpoint is always going to kind of be that you should clean your wheels frequently with a non-acidic car wash, paint-safe soap. Just clean your wheels frequently. Make sure you're getting that debris and grime off the wheels. That is the best way to clean your wheels. But now when it comes down to starting before you do that, once you get your wheels all cleaned, or if you buy your wheels brand new, don't forget to ceramic coat them. And we have a ceramic coating kit that you can buy, which comes everything you need to ceramic coat your wheels, even up to 2 times. And that is on store.konigwheels.com. You can pick up the whole kit. Comes with a commemorative Konig tin. Kind of a good time of the year to do that.
Yeah. All right. I'm from Costa Rica, and I finally confirmed with your team. My Konigs are real. So okay, he's saying I just found out he has real Konig laces.
Oh well, I'm extremely happy for you. Thank you for participating and joining the crew here. Shout out to Costa Rica.
Someone said is George? Who did you say? George? Hold on.
Oh, Danny George?
Yeah, Danny George. Is that the guy with the Miata?
He was, yeah.
Ah, okay.
He was also the guy that took an E36 and when he went to Pro Spec and put it on its roof. I don't know. Anyhow.
Do you guys still dial in a 15.8?
Yes, we do.
Cool. The YouTube comments always like disappear, so I have to go back and
I understand.
get them back up.
The tube.
Man, I learned a lot about hub-centric wheels as I'm putting on spacers for the first time. And let me say, RX-7s are hard to get the right size rings for. A 59.6 bore is a weird size.
Yeah, is it 59.6? It doesn't feel right. Now I'm blanking a little bit. I'm trying to remember what the different generations of RX-7s. But anyhow, bottom line is, hub-centric bores shouldn't be that difficult, especially if they were a popular car. You should be able to get those rings pretty much anywhere.
This guy says, who is this? Shift Life Garage. What's up, brothers? Sorry, it's been a minute. I've been working on a customer's car. Definitely need to order one backbone wheel from you guys, 17-inch 4x100. And I never use anything to clean but Dawn. So you're saying, in response to cleaning.
Yeah, it's a look, it's a degreasing soap. I can't really comment on its effectiveness. I don't really, I don't use dish soap on my wheels. But look, I mean, there's times where, especially if you have a wheel that's already experienced a lot of kind of that brown, almost like rust-looking brake dust that's been caked into your clear coat. There are products that, like G-Technic makes a great product, iron and fallout remover. You spray it on, you leave it there, it turns purple, drips off, you clean it, then wash your wheels. That stuff is pretty effective for if you've really kind of let your wheels go down the hole a little bit. But again, just be careful with some of these products. The longer you leave stuff on your wheels, the worse it's going to deteriorate the clear coat, and the more you'll have an issue with, potential parts or chips on the wheel end up being kind of an access point for that the chemicals and different road debris to kind of get into the wheel and distort the clear coat.
What wheels would you recommend for a G37X?
Does it have the Brembos on it?
Didn't specify.
Yeah, let me know.
What if it did and what if it didn't?
If it didn't, I would say, do an 8.5 and a 35 all the way around. Unfortunately, your G37 in an all-wheel drive model is not really going to be something that offers a lot of wheel on the rear. There are times where I've seen people try to go to the 9.5 inch type thing. You got to be really specific about where you're going, what you're doing, what tire size you're using, and the Brembos can totally complicate that whole situation. If you're looking for something safe, 8.5 and a 35 on that car, it stinks because it's like, in the previous generation when you were into the G35s, where they weren't, sedans, they were just the regular coupes. They were very similar to 350Z as far as their wheel fitment goes. You could put a lot of wheels on them. Then the cars got really narrow and tight again, and so kind of lost that.
Can I see a picture of the dial-in white?
We don't have a white one here, do we?
No.
You can go onto the website, konigwheels.com. It's where we put all our little bits and treasures related to our wheels, and there should be some images right there.
This guy goes, hello camera guy, and hello this guy.
Okay. Hello. Well, hello to you, guy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
If you guys have any other questions, drop them in below.
Yeah.
If not, we will be back here for the podcast.
Yeah, don't forget the podcast. It's a good one. Come hang out with us. It's pretty funny. I enjoyed it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Blueberry says, I know there's a guy drifting a Porsche Cayenne. It has an LS2 in it.
Yeah. He's not talking about a Cayenne, right? He's talking about a Cayman? Because if he said Cayenne, Cayenne's a truck.
Cayman? I know. Yeah, Cayenne's a truck, but that's what she wrote.
That's what she wrote?
Yeah.
Oh.
Porsche Cayenne.
Wow.
I don't know. LS2. Drift. No idea.
No doubt.
I'm pretty caught up on questions here.
Cool. Well, if that's it, we're going to begin to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us. We do this every, 2 p.m.-ish on Wednesdays. Going live to you. We answer your questions and your comments. Feel free to come back next week and hang out with us. Ask us questions about everything, but maybe not anything, because I don't know if I can answer all of those. Aside from that, don't forget the podcast coming up just in about half an hour's time on our YouTube channel, KONIG Wheels USA. And don't forget that on Friday we're putting up a car anatomy? Yeah, car anatomy. We're putting up a car anatomy, which is some of the video content that we put up every Friday. And on Friday, we are going to be doing the car anatomy of Cole Richards. Cole Richards, if you're not familiar, he's kind of a rookie to Formula Drift Pro Spec, and he won FD New Jersey in the Pro Spec series this weekend. So it's pretty exciting. We have a whole car walk around for you to see what he's running. Yep, Coreworks car, FRS, super dope build. Come check it out. We will catch you next week. Take care.